Welcome back. It was a day of big winners and shocks in round 19 of VFL football. Let's take this report from Peter Donegan and highlights of the remaining matches.
At the MCG, Melbourne had the wind in the first quarter and quickly set about using it. Brett Lovett put through the Demons' first goal, and the Tiger backmen were having more than their fair share of early worries. Stephen Stretcher's goal increased Melbourne's lead, and while the Demons were looking good, Richmond was still goalless. But, as is often the case, skipper Dale Waitman came to the rescue, beating the Tigers first. Even though Melbourne led by 6 goals, there was bad news when Brian Wilson was taken from the field on a stretcher after going down behind play. Stretch pulled in a beauty, and at the main interval, Melbourne led by 26 points. After half-time, Richmond began to get its act together, getting to within 7 points, but the Demons steadied under pressure and looked likely to hold on. But the Tigers had other ideas, producing a brilliant team effort in the final quarter. Richmond's informed trio of Egan, Waitman and Mitchell went berserk in the closing term, sending their side onto a meritorious 3-goal win, and after the siren it was the players' turn to salute the fans. At Princes Park, the main interest in the clash between Hawthorn and Fitzroy was not so much if Jason Dunstall would bring up his 100 goals, it was more a matter of when. After an early miss, he brought up number 99 17 minutes into the first quarter. 7 minutes later, Dunstall put a lie to what they say about full forwards being hungry. He gave a goal away. But the big moment came at the 29-minute mark. The champion Queenslanders' open goal took him to 3 figures, which prompted the now familiar and somewhat irritating crowd invasion. With that out of the way, the league leaders quickly began to annihilate Fitzroy in every department. It was a wonderful team effort from Hawthorn as they waltzed away to yet another win. Only Kapler and Ironmonger could hold their heads high for Fitzroy as Hawthorn cruised home to a 73-point win, Jason Dunstall finishing with 8 goals. At the Western Oval, Footscray took on St Kilda and Simon Beasley was everywhere in the first half. His kicking, however, sometimes lacked the same sharpness. Nicky Winmar seemed to be the only saint with a mission. In fact, he kicked the visitors' entire first quarter score of 4 goals won. Footscray built on its solid early base in the second quarter, with Brian Royal proving particularly damaging. And for St Kilda, Peter Budge was showing some of his talents. But it turned out to be the driving force of Beasley which buried the Saints. The Bulldogs were up by 46 points at the major break and added another 6 goals to 4 in the third quarter to virtually wrap it up. Only 1 goal was scored in the final quarter by Collins, but by then it was already a foregone conclusion. Footscray were back in the hunt and St Kilda were back to the drawing board.
Today's game is a part of the Elders IXL 1988 VFL Premiership season.
And of course the round will be completed tomorrow in Perth in a most important game. West Coast Eagles take on North Melbourne. And the reason for that importance is right here on the ladder. Footscray has snuck into the 5 on percentage, but you can see the West Coast Eagles, they have 36 points at the moment, already a percentage of 106.3, so a win tomorrow, no doubt, by the West Coast Eagles would catapult them into 5th spot and push Footscray down to 6th. It really has come alive, the league ladder in season 1988. And so too is the goal-kicking list. Once again, our heartiest congratulations to Jason Dunstall. Celebrate tonight at Gary Buckenara's party. He's booted the ton. 106, 8 today. 75 now to Gary Ablett, and Simon Beasley has moved to 70. It's going to be a busy night at the VFL Tribunal. Peter Dacos, of course, reported last night, and Winmar, Duckworth, Stoneham, Wilson and Lee also have to answer charges. Don't forget, of course, tomorrow basketball continues on 7 at midday.